Let me tell you the story in a form of a dream. I don't know why I have to tell it, but I know what it means. Close your eyes and picture the scene as I paint it for you. It was World War II when this man named Kenji woke up. Ken was not a soldier. He was just a man with a family who owned a store in LA. That day, he woke up out of bed like he always did, bacon and eggs with wife and kids. He lived on the second floor of a store he ran. He moved to LA from Japan. They called him immigrant. In Japanese, he's called Issei. That meant first generation in the United States, when everybody was afraid of the Germans and afraid of the Japs, but most of all, afraid of a homeland attack. And that day, Ken went out on the doormat. His world went black, because right there on front page news, 3 weeks before, 1942, Pearl Harbor's been bombed. The Japs are coming. Pictures of soldiers dying and running. He knew what it would lead to. Just like he guessed, the president said, the evil Japanese in our home country will be locked away. They gave Ken a couple of days to get his whole life packed in 2 bags, just 2 bags. He couldn't even pack his clothes. Some folks didn't even have a suitcase to pack anything in, so 2 trash bags is all they gave him. And the kids asked Mom, where are we going? Nobody even knew what to say to them. Ken didn't want to lie, so he told them the U.S. was looking for spies. So we have to live in this place called Manzanar, where a lot of Japanese people are. Stop it. Don't look at the gunmen. You don't want to get them wondering if they're going to run or not, because if you run, you might get shot. Other than that, try not to think about it. Try not to worry about it being so crowded. Someday we'll get out. Someday. Someday. So now they're in a town with soldiers surrounding them, every day, every night, looking down on them. From watchtowers up on the wall, Ken really couldn't hate them at all. They were just doing their job, and he didn't want to make any problems. He had a little garden with vegetables and fruits that he gave to the troops in a basket that his wife made. But in the back of his mind, he wanted his family's life saved. Prisoners of war in their own damn country, what for? Time passed in his prison town. He wondered if they would live it down, if and when they'd be free. The only way out was to join the army. And supposedly, some men went out for the army and signed on, ended up flying to Japan with a bomb. 15-kiloton blast put an end to the war really fast. 2 cities were blown to bits. The end of the war came quick. Ken got out, big hopes of a normal life with his kids and his wife, but when he got to his home, what he saw made him feel so alone. These people had trashed every room in the house, smashed in every window, bashed in every door, written on the walls and the floor, Japs not welcome anymore. Ken dropped his bags at his side, and he stood outside. He looked at his wife without words to say. She looked at him and wiped his tears away and said, someday we'll be okay, someday. Now the names have been changed, but the story is true. My family was locked up back in '42. My family was there, it was dark and damp, and they called it an internment camp. Woo!